Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Tumaniya Sharif Aidara. I'm from Mali in West Africa. My program is Bachelor of Business Administration. Today I will talk about Islam and a compound society and religious tolerance. Firstly, Islam in society. The Islamic word is found on Aqidah and Sirah and value as well as the Quran and Sunnah. The Muslim population belong to a collection of Islam collectively known as the Ummah. Ummah is designed for Muslim and non-Muslim according to the Medina Constitution, clauses 25 to 35, Jews and Christians. Understanding the Islam perspective of plural society and recognize that Islam encourages the creation of the finest middle income possible. The Islamic world is founded on Aqidah. Aqidah is the conception which covers the article of the faith among Muslims. It is based the royalty of the letter by a moral contract, and Sirah is like a prophet biography, his history or his life. The second, responsibility in Islam society. A person right to peace cannot be killed except in accordance with the law. It like mean a person cannot kill answer Islamic law or constitution. Freedom of mind until pursuing the truth, dining wrong, and expressing one's own thought. Also to right of goodness, to the right to wrong. Protection is a legal right qualified to lead. This five is the responsibility in Islam society. Foundation of Islamic society. The foundation, I have three here. The first one, A, Islamic Creed. The second, to be united with one other is a glorious act of worship. The last one, second, C, help each other for good instead of damage. And why the community is so important in the Islam and Muslim life. I can say since the beginning of Islam, society has been an important part of Muslim life and culture. When questioned why he loved his first wife Khadija so much, the Prophet said, She believed me when no one else did. This emphasizes the human urge for connection and also how important it is for our emotional health. And now I will talk about compound society. Compound society were portrayed as a rising thought, the peaceful or violent amalgamation of two or more basic community. They were mostly pastoral society with a divide of four or five social strata and a organized, organized priestly order. They are also marketed by industrial structures which manifest themselves in the general and local division of labor. The fifth, the fifth century Teutones, Homeric Greeks, New Zealanders, Potentos, Daumes, and Ashantis are all examples of compound society. And I will talk about tolerance religion now. Tolerance religion tolerance until people gladly accepting a particular religious faith and beliefs. It's a thought religious tolerance is really about faith. It is the concept that all religions are equally valid inside their respective cultures. Religious tolerance was a human rights issue, allowing individuals of all faiths and traditions to practice their religion without discrimination. And why religious tolerance is so important. Religious tolerance is so important because intolerance is so detrimental to our character. Religious tolerance should be a moral requirement as well. Religion is based on faith and belief, not on proof, and it is to our harm if we do not respect the beliefs of others because disrespect diminishes us as human beings. What are the five different religions? I will talk about five different religions. Word religious is a term being used religious study to describe the five largest and most widely practiced religious movements on a global scale. The big five religions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism and Buddhism are always features in the list. And tolerance religious in Malaysia. Now we'll talk about tolerance religious in Malaysia. On September 16, 1963, Malaysia was formally and legally established. Malaya, Singapore, Sabah, and Sarawak formed the Federation of Malaysia. On that momentous day, Andaya and Andaya and under 1980, Singapore 1986, Singapore on the other end left the Federation of Malaysia in 1965. Malaya, Sabah, and Sarawak are still part of Malaysia's federation. It is a Southeast Asian autonomous nation-state that is multi-religious and multi-ethnic, or multi-religious and multi-ethnic. Malaysians, Chinese, Indian, and other smaller ethnic groups make up the majority of population. The total population of Malaysia was 28.3 million compared to 23.3 million in 20 in the years of 20, according to the 2010 population and housing census of Malaysia, with 91.8% of the total Malaysian population of 28.3 million being Malaysian citizens and 8.2 person percent being no citizen of Malaysia. According to consensus in 20 in 2010, Islam was a most widely declared religion in Malaysia. According for 61.3% of the population, Buddhism Buddhism is 19.8% of the population. Christianity is 9.2% of the population. Uh, and Hinduism were among the other religions accepted by the multiracial society. 6.3% contribute to Malaysia's current religious tolerance and concord based on racial and religious data published by the Malaysian Statistics Department and based uh, on the Malaysia 2010 years census. Malaysian, for example, favor religious teaching that promote religious tolerance and cooperation. Other factors identified in Malaysia supporting and encouraging religious tolerance and harmony, including that federal constitution of Malaysia legal systems and government orientation or direction toward promoting religious tolerance and harmony among Malaysia. And now the conclusion of tolerant religious in Malaysia. Although some Christian writers and organizations have been disa- dissatis- dissatisfied, have been almost some Christian writers and organizations have been dissatisfied with the legislative constraints put on the effort to teach Christianity to Muslims in Malaysia. Malaysia has always been a place of tolerance and religious peace. The key reason for religious tolerance and concord in Malaysia are discussed in the article with the vast majority of Muslim, Buddhist, Christians and Hindus accepting and implementing their own doctrine. The Federal Constitution of Malaysia guarantees the freedom and religious rights. Malaysia two legal systems do not require non-Muslims to submit to the Sharia law and courts and government guidelines permit religious tolerance and harmony thought official holiday for Muslim, Hindu, Christian and Buddhist religious celebration. That is all for my presentation. Thank you for all. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.